When I tell people that we homeschool, they usually respond with one of several responses. How can you spend all day with your children? How do you know what to teach them? What about socialization? Will you ever send them back to school? Will they go to college? My name is Mimi Westcott, and I'm a homeschooler in Montgomery County. The county has a list of requirements for each homeschooling family, and they're very clearly communicated. They have to, the homeschooling family has to instruct the child in all of the same subjects as in a public school. So we have a list. We know what we're supposed to be doing. We know what subjects are supposed to be covered. What I find with my son, and this is another thing that I've learned about myself, what I find is that there are times of the day when I'm better for certain things than others. And it's unfair, I feel, for me to ask my son to wake up in the morning and write. It is his least favorite thing. You know, we wake up in the morning and we do math because he can think about that. It's slower writing, and it's more engaging. And then we can switch to something else that he feels like if he's working on an art project, then he can work on that, or then we can move to writing. So the schedule we don't really follow because it doesn't work for us. So we find a way to make it work without one. All right, we have a couple of really exciting things. I think they're exciting. My son took a fabulous woodworking class at the Delaplane Art Center in Frederick, and I can't say enough about the instructor. He was fabulous. He just was really serious. He treated them as adults. He gave them responsibilities in the class, and they were able to make whatever they wanted. It was really wonderful. One thing that we do that I really love is Cub Scouting. It's a program that suits our family very well. The emphasis on character development and citizenship, I love it so much. We started a homeschool pack, and we do so many wonderful things, go to really neat places, go on tours, and go to parks, and any place that is interesting, that really, that fits in with the Cub Scouting program. And it's been a lot of fun. We get to know the families. The kids are, like-minded families, and the kids are the same ages and the same interests. It's really wonderful. We spend a lot of time thinking about what we want for our children and how we want them to be and how we want them to behave and what we want them to do. And for me, that means knowing that they're important, knowing that they're cared for, knowing how to care for others and how to care for their community, learning what their strengths and their weaknesses are, finding out what really drives them and motivates them to live so that I can prepare them to have a meaningful life. Most of that isn't academic. Most of it's parenting with a supportive community. If I could give advice to someone who's considering homeschooling, the first thing I would tell them is to plug into the community. There are a lot of people here who homeschool, they love homeschooling, and want to help the families that are around them. And that process of getting to know your children just is amazing, because they go from these little automatons that you try to force into the mold, and then what comes out is something so much better than you could have ever predicted. Recognizing the beauty of each individual child and having the opportunity at home to find out what they need, to find out how they tick, find out what they want, what makes them thrive, is really, it's really worth the challenge, really worth taking it on.